Games on Blast, Yoshi Gish, The Recasts, Cats and Gemma, Invasion It.
Who the fuck is that?
Woe is Thee, Accursed Earth, Martyrs Asylum, Kiss is Kill, 1,000 Pounds South.
Sounds like my ex-wife.
Andy Gerald, formerly of Marilyn Manson's 16-Volt Ashes Divide. Isolated Antagonist, featuring Fear Factory's Christian Walters. Cadaveria, Andrew W. Boss, Circa Sick, and The Erotics. Pre-orders are available now at rockmetaltalk.com, shipping this March.
Get yours today.
Bands to Burn will also be available at these fine retailers.
Oh, so fine.
Clearwater Record Shop, Clearwater, Florida.
Oh, yeah. You guys had a new Justin Bieber album?
Another Dimension Tattoo, Newport Richey, Florida.
Add it up.
Undaunted Apparel, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Get shirts on.
And of course, rockmetaltalk.com.
Do it.
Oh, hey, I'm wetting my jockeys here.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Have you seen the Lego Batman movie? Oh, dude, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
Okay, I'll get
I'm serious. I'm serious. You will appreciate it because of all the references to all the Batman films.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you'd like it.
Yeah,
All right, so we're gonna jump right into the It conversation.
What is it?
What is it? Yeah, want it all. I will not butcher Mike Patton anymore.
I am Legend. He did the voices in I Am
Yeah,
Legend.
yeah, he did. So you didn't like the movie It? You didn't like the remake?
No.
Why not? I'm curious. Why?
You know, I watched it a long time ago too, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, I can't wait to talk to Johnny O about this, and then we stopped doing the show.
We did. Well, we stopped doing the show before the movie came out.
What are you talking about? Oh,
yeah. I mean, we paused for the
whatever.
You know. All right, let's hear it. Why? Yeah, let's hear it. I'm curious.
The biggest problem I had with it
Uh-huh.
is 2 letters. CG.
You know what though? There's a lot of stuff on there that's not CG.
There's too much of it.
Really?
A little bit of it's too much.
I don't
that
know.
movie didn't need to have it.
I don't know.
Because the first time you see him in the sewer, which once again, I mean, it's hard to take away my Tim Curry, but he established himself as a creepy motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then they went to CG after that.
There was very little.
Little?
There was very little CG. All right, so okay, Bill Skarsgård, the guy who plays Pennywise, right? You know, a lot of that stuff he does, he has this weird control over his face, right? Like that lip thing, that's all him. Mm-hmm. Okay, the lazy eye thing, that's all him. That's not CG. He does it. He has control over his lazy eye.
I understand that.
Shut up.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Say what you want to say.
No.
I was kidding.
Goddamn CG ruined it for me.
Yeah.
The whole time they're in the house, and when he comes up out of the water, and there's another thing I didn't understand is like
What comes out? What?
and in the basement when he's coming at whichever kid, I forgot which
Oh,
kid it was.
After Bill.
Yeah, all that stuff. I didn't like any of that.
But Billy.
And then there's just certain things that, like, I understand that it can transform into whatever it wants to.
Right.
But how does it? How is it in the basement with Georgie and him? If he's appearing as Georgie, that's one thing. But he was there too.
He's a shapeshifter.
Right, but he's there. He was the clown at that moment because he's in the water. But then Georgie's right next to him. You don't see a problem with that?
No.
How is he making nothing out of nothing, or something out of nothing? If he's the shapeshifter, how did he have Georgie there too? If he was not there in that scene, or at least Georgie transformed back into the clown, okay. But having them both right there, not buying that one. That one upset
You do
me.
realize that we're talking about an interdimensional being.
Okay.
And we're nitpicking the fact that he had.
You know what else I would have loved to see?
Corpse with him that he.
You know what else I would have loved to see?
What's that?
I also would have loved to see him not just go after the main kids, but like show a scene or two of him terrorizing other kids.
They did.
And
Yeah.
Who?
Patrick Hochstetter. Went
The
after
first
him.
kid, the first one, the one in the sewer.
Yeah.
And there's so many times, I understand it's a movie trope, but there's so many times that it's like You could was it Richie that was in the backyard? You could have killed him right then. I understand you want to terrify him
Stan, not
first.
Stan. Not
The
Richie.
one with the
yeah, that's
inhaler.
fuck.
I thought that was Richie.
No, Richie's beep Richie. Seth Green.
He's the nerd, yeah. Oh, damn it.
Back when Seth Green was tall
Yeah.
and everybody else grew up except him.
Yeah. Yeah, the
God dang it.
inhaler boy.
Yeah.
Sickly, Mr. Sickly.
Mr. Sickly.
Yeah, he could have killed him then. And then,
Well, but you understand what it is, right? He's seasoning the meat, so to speak, by scaring the shit out of these kids.
He's doing that. I get that.
Yeah.
But one at a time would have been great, and that would have been his time to eat. That non-Richie.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
He could have. I understand he took Beverly to the sewer to lure the rest of them in. I get that, but he still could have ate her, or at least he could have killed. Once he brought her down there, he could have killed her.
Right.
And
but
ate her.
The thing is, the reason
Because she wasn't afraid.
of him,
Still could have ate the bitch.
then we wouldn't have a sequel.
No, I know. I know. I maybe I hold on too tightly to Tim Curry, but and some of the things that happened in the original one. Now I know you couldn't do crazy stuff because it was a TV Eddie.
Fucking hell.
And I know you couldn't get away with a lot of crazy stuff because the original one was a made for TV movie.
Yeah.
But
okay, so go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. Finish.
No, that was my point.
Okay. So I kind of did like you. I was very particular and very attached to Tim Curry as Pennywise because we had this conversation, and I said, why couldn't they get him to do it again? And he's like, because he's in a wheelchair. I said, so what? CG. But so I was very fond of Tim Curry's Pennywise because he did a lot in that film that miniseries that was made for TV. It was 1990 or 1991, something like that.
Yeah, something like
that. Back when the censors were fucking crazy. All right, and
you know, one of my favorite parts of that one was obviously the funny parts were great.
Yeah.
Beep beep Richie and you got Prince Albert in a can. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
let him out.
Yeah. But my favorite part is the one with the where it shows the main street of the town and he's in the photograph. I love that part.
Oh yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that's really good.
Now the part in this one with the film projector, that's pretty good.
I thought that was really good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And the kids did a good job. I mean, the acting was good. I'm not saying it wasn't.
Yeah.
I love what's his name, Wolf.
Finn Wolfhand.
Yeah, Finn Wolfhand. Yeah, I love that guy. But
I don't think again, excellent casting job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was the CG that did it. It was too much Pennywise for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was too much clown. I wanted to see him be more other things.
That was one of the biggest criticisms they had, that he wasn't doing enough shape-shifting. He wasn't doing enough of... Although that fucking scene in with Stanley and the flute-playing woman...
Is that in the library?
No, not in the library. That was pretty good, too. That was pretty fucking creepy.
With the headless thing?
Headless guy start... But no. With the Jewish kid, Stanley.
I'm trying to remember.
You can't remember the flute-playing woman? There's a picture, distorted face, all fucked up, plays the flute, and then it falls down, and Pennywise becomes this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, that was pretty fucking... I was like, oh, that's pretty on point right there.
And then they proceed to just beat the shit out of him in the sewer.
At the end, yeah.
I don't know.
So
I'll make my final judgment once the next one comes out and I
yeah.
see him as an adult.
Yeah,
or see them as adults.
Yeah, next year. Fucking hell.
It's battery acid, you slime.
So yeah,
I want to see that.
I went back and rewatched the original series, and it is not a good movie.
It's really not, but
it's awful.
Tim Curry makes that movie.
You take Tim Curry out of that film was garbage.
Yep. The main guy was not good. Jonathan Brandis was okay, but the adult version of Jonathan Brandis was not very good at all.
No. John Ritter is the only name in that. Well, he's not the only name in that.
Seth Green.
Seth Green was in it.
No.
Jonathan Brandis, John Ritter, the guy from Night Court played the judge. He played the adult Richie. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, but he was in it.
Oh, and the Stanley, the grown-up Stanley, he's a big name. I can't remember his name, but he's in a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, but he was only in it for like half a minute.
I know. I wonder if they're going to do that this time. Did he do it in the book? I never read the book.
Yeah.
He did do that in the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
He committed suicide. Spoiler alert, committed suicide in the book.
That's another thing that's really big nowadays. Spoiler alerts. Fucking shut up. I'm sorry. Don't act so butthurt because someone... Look, just don't go on the internet.
Right.
Don't look up things.
There we are. Yeah, really. You can't get mad when you look up fucking...
When you go to the IMDb page
Yeah,
and
you
you
go,
look
yeah,
at the
right.
comments
Yeah.
or you go...
Or
whatever.
You go look up, I want to read news about The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
I
watch all these Walking Dead
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah.
And the guy's always like, oh, well, spoiler alert, if you're not caught up to it. I'm like, why do you have to say that every time? Why? No one's going to click on this thing if they're not caught up. And if they're not caught up, it's their own goddamn
That's their own
fault.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
God, I hate this spoiler alert shit. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
You know what was spoiled for me?
What's that?
Star Wars, the new Star Wars. And I don't give a shit. I usually care.
Oh, The Last Jedi?
Yeah, but I don't care.
You haven't seen it yet?
No, I saw it.
Oh, what'd you think?
Way too long. Wait, you saw it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, way too long. The whole casino world thing.
There was a lot
didn't
wrong
need
with that film. Yeah.
Didn't like Skywalker's most of the movie. I did, however, like the way they sent him out.
Yeah.
I actually loved it.
Yeah.
How he and the fight with
It was
Kylo
good.
Ren
It
was
really
great.
good.
And when
Yeah.
he stabbed him, you're like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And me and Billy, Mr. Star Wars fan himself.
Oh, Billy.
Oh, Billy, because you're a big Star Wars fan too.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about the death of Skywalker. Spoiler alert! And the movie's been out for over 2 months, 3 months. Fuck off. But I was like, what did he actually die from? And me and Billy were talking about it, and we came to the conclusion. Let's see if you agree with our conclusion.
Okay.
Our conclusion was that to force project himself there and to do battle with Kylo Ren basically burnt out his battery.
Yeah, okay, so you're not wrong. I don't know how much into the expanded universe you get into.
Not at all.
Okay. I don't get a whole lot into the expanded universe because there's a lot of fucking weird shit out there.
Yep.
A lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it I do get into, and I can't remember if it was Plagueis or Revan or one of the Sith Lords. Can't remember which one it was, but they were talking about force projection. It's considered a dark side power, right?
Okay.
Like only the dark side can do it.
Right.
I don't know why. That's how.
Because you can only do it for evil things.
I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it takes a tremendous amount of energy and concentration.
Want to hear something cool?
What's that?
Something else me and Billy were talking about. How would you feel if they did this? They won't, but how would you feel if they did this? By the time all the Star Wars universe is wrapped up, they do a complete switcheroo, and you realize the dark side was actually the good guys. That the Empire was actually good.
Okay,
and the Rebels were bad.
So when you look at, again, the expanded universe, there's a scene. Well, it's not even an expanded universe. It's part of Rebels series.
Yep.
It's a cartoon that not a whole lot of people watch. Well, a whole lot of people
I know
do
the
watch
Clone
it, but
Wars.
yeah. Well, there's Clone Wars, and then now they have Rebels. They're wrapping up the last season. It's the fourth season. Just started, actually, and then that's the last of the series. But there's a part where Kanan Jarrus meets up with like an elder Force adept, like a rock. It's a giant rock. And he talks about, look, you have the dark side, you have the light side, but what everyone should be striving for is to live in the gray.
Not be one or the other.
So, yeah, because they both can be equally as damaging.
Mm-hmm. It's like yin and yang.
And I think that's where Rian Johnson was going with this film.
Do you think that Kylo Ren will join fucking shit
Rey.
or the other way around? Because that's another thing me and Billy talk about. What if Rey is the one who switches to the dark side?
Right. See, I don't think it's going to be a hard switch to the dark side or light side. I think it's going to be going, more towards the gray.
Because they fought side by side. I also did like that whole scene.
That was a cool scene.
I didn't like the fact they just killed whatever his name is.
Snoke.
They just killed him like it was nothing. There was no... I was looking for some...
It was kind of a waste of a character.
Yeah.
So was Captain Phasma.
Yeah.
It was a waste of a character.
Yeah, in both.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the new Boba Fett.
Right.
But then again, Boba Fett really wasn't in the original series a lot.
He had like 2 scenes in the Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And 3 or 4 scenes in Return of the Jedi. And that was it.
Yeah, that's it. But he's like the
He's
number
in
one
more.
character.
He's in more of the prequel trilogy than he is.
Wasn't
in
it all
the original
Jango Fett?
Well,
Because Boba Fett was a kid.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, as the kid, he
As
was
a kid,
more
he was
in
in more of it then.
Okay. God damn it.
Yeah, he was doing all of Clone Wars.
I'll tell you another thing. I think Finn is. It's